Yo, what's up guys? Just based off the thumbnail and title, I'm sure you guys already know we have a pretty sick video for you today because we have a new 450. I think we all kind of knew the Husky was just going to be a temporary thing. We just had some crazy stuff come up at the beginning of the season to where we just needed to make a fast decision to get a good, reliable bike for me to practice on and race the first couple of nationals on while the 250 was getting fixed. After the 250 was fixed, we pretty much primarily rode that thing and just used the Husky for training on during the week and everything, so we didn't rack up too many hours on the 250. But we all pretty much knew that it was going to be a short-term thing. I wasn't going to be on Husky full-time, and I definitely put enough hours on it this summer that I didn't want to just practice on that thing all fall and winter, because now that, if you guys couldn't tell, I'm back down in Florida now. School actually starts tomorrow and it doesn't end until December, so I'm gonna be down here for quite a few months by myself. I'm not going to have championship power sports locally for me to go and you know, pick up a new bike if I need to or get my bike fixed up. So it's time to offload the Husky and pick up something fresh so that I can practice on all fall and pretty much all winter. But yeah, it worked out perfectly that right when we were getting ready to sell the Husky, Michael Lindsay invited me out to do the 2020 450 shootout. So I got to ride all the new 450s right as I was making my decision on what bike I wanted to get. And it definitely helped me make that decision. There were definitely bikes that I was really comfortable on and bikes that I wasn't so comfortable on, and unfortunately the Husky was one that I wasn't super comfortable on. So that just kind of reinforced the fact that it was time to get off the Husky, get on something that I was really comfortable on and was going to be happy to ride all winter, and that just happened to be this bike right here. So yeah, without further ado, not going to tease you guys anymore. Let's just unveil this thing. Let's do it. Alright, so there you have it guys, we're back on red. I think this was probably a pretty easy one to see coming, just based on the videos that I released from the 450 shootout already. I was super fast on this thing, really comfortable on it. Obviously I've been riding a Honda all summer and for the past couple of years, so I actually teased the thumbnail on Instagram a couple days ago, and I was super surprised by how many people were saying that it was a Yamaha. Like literally almost every single person that was messaging me, and there were hundreds of you guys. Almost everyone guessed that it was a Yamaha, and after I got so many, I kind of looked back at the thumbnail and I was like, oh yeah, actually the silhouette does kind of look like a Yamaha, but that was unintentional. I thought people were going to guess that it was a Honda. But yeah, I definitely did really like the Yamaha, and I actually had some good things to say about it in my comments, so maybe people were catching on to that and thought that I was going to be on a blue bike, which I wouldn't have even been mad about. I kind of actually did consider getting a blue bike just based off that shootout. And actually, in my opinion, I think the blue bike is the best bike this year out of all the 2020 450s, but you can't argue with lap times, and for some reason on the red beast, I just can lay it down. So I think it's just a comfort thing, not really sure, but I just love riding Hondas. So comfort is not necessarily something you can buy. So when you find a bike you're comfortable on, you just gotta stick with it. And that's exactly what we're doing. So yeah, I hope you guys are really stoked. I know you guys were kind of sad when I left the Honda 450, so hopefully you guys are stoked to see me back on it. And hopefully you guys are really stoked for the build series that we're gonna be doing on it. This is gonna be my first time kind of going through a build series. I did the CR125 a while ago, but I really didn't do too much to it. I just basically cleaned it up. So this is gonna be my first time showing you guys like what parts I'm putting on. I have a whole list of parts from some really awesome sponsors who I reached out to who wanted to help out, and I have a full like 5-episode series planned out that I want to do. So I have a couple episodes laid out in what order I want to do them, and it's just gonna make sense logically which order I go in. So I'm gonna be putting those parts on and filming those episodes as they come in this week. Hopefully everything shows up soon so I can start getting to work on it, and then obviously we'll do an episode breaking the bike in, riding it as we're putting the parts on, and just making comments on what parts I can really tell a difference, what parts I maybe would like to get afterwards to make more improvements, and all that good stuff. But yeah, we're gonna be upgrading the whole cockpit, bars, levers, seat cover, pegs. We're gonna be lowering the pegs a little bit. We're gonna be leaving the engine stock, obviously, since it is a practice bike, and a lot of the factory and privateer Honda 450 riders just leave the engine stock, but what they do is they just remap it and put a pipe on it. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be remapping it. We're gonna be putting an exhaust on. We're gonna be upgrading the clutch. I think we're gonna be doing some stuff with the cooling system, because as you guys know, the whole reason I left Honda in the first place was because of that cooling issue on my Works Edition 450 at the beginning of the year. So we're gonna be messing around with some stuff, trying to get that cooling issue figured out. Not really sure if it's prevalent on the new bike, but while we were out testing in California, we did have to top it off a couple times. So just gonna take some precautionary measures, maybe get some electric fans, maybe get some radiator hoses. We'll be working on that. We're gonna get the full suspension redone by Race Tech. Obviously, we'll have the Works Chassis Lab titanium engine mounts, so we'll be making another video on those. Graphics by MGX Unlimited, and yeah, we're just gonna trick this thing out. There's a really good chance that I'm gonna be racing a Honda 450 for next outdoor season. I just fit the 450 a little bit better, and it seems like the class is a little bit easier this year. So what I kind of want to do with this bike is make it as close to the bike that I'll be racing next summer as possible, so that I can, you know, get a good feel for what parts really make a big difference, what parts maybe I want to further upgrade or change out. And then obviously I'll just be getting really comfortable on it and just refining the setup all winter, so that when spring comes around, we're ready to go send it at Hangtown. We know exactly what parts we need to get. I'll know exactly how the bike's gonna feel and all that. So while this is gonna be my practice bike, it's kind of gonna be a race bike build. It's gonna be very similar to what I'm gonna be racing next summer. So hopefully it's really cool for you guys to hear, you know, why I'm putting certain parts on it, kind of my philosophy behind some of the parts that I use. Hopefully it'll encourage you guys to get some of the same parts. So once again, massive thank you to Michael Lindsay for having me out to do that 2020 450 shootout. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, I'm not sure if I would have a Honda in my garage right now. I was pretty surprised. Like, obviously when I got on the bike out there, I felt really comfortable on it. I was throwing some scrubs, reeling some berms pretty good, and the power on this thing is absolutely nasty, like just sick. Like, it rips your arms off. It's insane. But like, honestly, the handling wasn't my favorite handling bike of the group, and for that reason I wasn't expecting my lap times to be as fast on it as they were. Once I went back and looked at the video and actually like timed out the lap times and made the video of it, I was blown away to see my lap times, especially at Fox Raceway, because I rode this thing at the very end of the day and I was only like a second slower than some of the other brands that I rode right at the beginning of the day. So that definitely helped me make this decision. Obviously, you guys know I bleed red. I've said it in a couple videos before, and I really like the Honda, but I was mostly talking about the 250. I've never been like a huge fan of the Honda 450, but like I said, it's just hard to argue with the lap times. I'm super fast on this thing, really comfortable on it, and I think with the help of Race Tech and a couple of other suspension parts, Race Tech got my 250 handling awesome. And like I said, we're gonna have all winter to tweak this thing, fine tune it, get the setting really set up so that come next outdoor season, I'm gonna be really comfortable on it and it's gonna be handling great. So I'm super excited. Always love the Hondas. I know there's a lot of Honda fans out there, so I hope you guys are excited about it. If you were hoping for Yamaha, sorry. It seemed like a lot of you guys were stoked about that, but you know, Honda boy. So yeah, massive thank you to all the sponsors who are helping out with the build. As I go through each episode, I'll be, you know, thanking the sponsors, and as always, I want to thank you guys a lot, because when you guys go and thank those sponsors for helping me out, it really helps me a lot. Just when you guys show them some love and say, you know, thanks for helping out Jaywalk, or I bought this part because Jaywalk put it on his bike or whatever, that helps me out tremendously. Like, you guys have no idea how much that really helps me out, because then, you know, the representatives from those companies, they text me and they're like, dude, your followers are just crazy hitting me up. We're really happy that we worked this out with you. It just reinforces that it was a good decision for them to invest in me, and it helps them to keep investing in me. So really appreciate you guys for always being really stoked about the sponsors helping me out. It's definitely gonna make this build a lot more manageable. This is the first year that I'm gonna kind of be branching out from my parents, gonna be trying to really do things all by myself. So really helps to have some awesome sponsors lending a hand and just helping out with parts and everything. So like I said, as I go through the episodes, I'll be thanking them individually, tagging them and all that stuff. So definitely go show them some love and let them know that you appreciate that they're helping me out. But yeah, that's gonna conclude episode 1. Just wanted to introduce you guys to the build, get you guys all excited about it. Episode 2 will be dropping really quick because I'm pretty much gonna get to work on it right now. So the next episode is gonna be focused on upgrading the cockpit. We're gonna be doing bars, bar mounts, triple clamp, all sorts of stuff, seat cover, foot pegs. We got a bunch of parts from Pro Taper sitting here right now. I'm just drooling over, getting ready to put those things on. So hopefully you guys will look forward to that in episode 2. And hopefully you guys are just looking forward to the build series. If you guys have any parts recommendations, like I said, this winter's gonna be all about just testing out product and getting this thing as dialed in as possible. So if you guys have any recommendations for me, definitely drop them down. I'm always down to try out some new parts to improve handling and performance. And definitely, if you guys are stoked about it and you enjoy watching the videos, you know, consider tossing it a thumbs up, hitting the subscribe button. This is like the first time I've ever requested something like that, but like I said, now that I'm kind of trying to do stuff on my own, really gonna try and make a big push for this whole YouTube thing to work out. So it really helps me out when you guys like and comment, subscribe, tell your friends about it. And I actually started a Patreon account. I've never really been comfortable just accepting charity from people. There have been a lot of people who have been reaching out and saying like, yo, Jaywalk, we wanna help you out. Like, can we send you money or whatever? And I've never really felt comfortable doing that. But now through the Patreon, I kind of have a way to give you guys something in return for helping me out. So definitely don't feel any pressure to go support me, but for those of you who want to reach out a little bit more and support the racing effort and support builds like this and just keep this content coming, you guys can head over to patreon.com/Jaywalk. I'll put it up right now. There's 5 different tiers you guys can sign up for. Each one has a different set of perks that come with it. You know, you can get a free Jaywalk shirt, exclusive one that no one else can get, entries into monthly giveaways that only Patreon supporters get entered into. Next season, I want to do some really big giveaways. I want to fly one of you guys out to a pro national of your choice, kind of give you guys a VIP experience so you can hang out with the team. I think that would be really cool. So that'll be for one of the higher tier Patreon supporters. So just stuff like that. I'm planning on doing a helmet giveaway soon, custom painted helmet giveaway. So yeah, if you guys are interested in any of that and just supporting me and keeping these videos coming out and supporting the racing and everything, I really appreciate it if you head over there, check it out, maybe consider becoming a Patreon supporter. But anyways guys, hope you're stoked about the build. Thank you very much for tuning into this video, and we'll catch you for episode 2 of the build. Peace out guys.